Spencer's trying to open the podcast by vomiting into the microphone.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Spencer, why would you do that?
I had a little bit of Coca-Cola.
I don't like that you call it the full Coca-Cola name.
Okay, because...
You can just call it a soda or a Coke or even a pop.
Okay, because Coke is every soda.
I see.
So no.
The way I was raised, Coke is every soda.
Well, you were raised wrong.
But if you want specifically a Coca-Cola, you have to say Coca-Cola.
No.
Or someone's going to bring
you
you fucking...
Coke, somebody gives you Sprite. That's dumb.
My dad's parents were like that. Be like, all right, we're picking up the grandkids. We're going to take y'all to McDonald's. What do you want? You want a Coke? All right. You're getting sweet tea.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
That makes sense.
No,
it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, because it's kind of like the same thing as like soda. It's probably the most iconic of all of them.
This is the talkie chip thing. I hate
Well,
this
no.
shit.
Look, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that I can understand how someone got to that step.
Well, I don't even really think the talkie chip thing is necessarily about right or wrong. That's
not
really what it's about.
I was a kid. I'm getting something I don't normally get. I'm like, yippee.
Yeah, sure. It's just funny to me that you say a Coca-Cola.
Because it's a
like
Coca-Cola.
You're sponsored by them or something.
A crisp Coca-Cola original taste.
If you say that, that's funny though. That's the other day you said, I would die for a crisp frozen Coca-Cola. And I was like, that's funny. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to drink that Coca-Cola, I'm like, you don't have to say the full legal name. You don't have to say his last name.
That's what it's called though. I just say Coke.
It's too long of it's like 4 syllables. That's crazy. Just one syllable.
Coca-Cola normal.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Actually,
I'll listen to that too. Thank you.
That has to be in a podcast somewhere. I wouldn't stop saying that.
That's that right there.
For like probably 6 months.
Yeah.
If there was an Eras tour and it was my Eras tour, that would be in it. In the middle of right before intermission, I'd be like, Coca-Cola Light.
What is a Coca-Cola Light? Diet?
Coca-Cola Normal.
Is it just diet?
Coca-Cola Zero.
Yeah.
He just hits those notes. He's just really putting his whole...
He's got to get those cells.
He's passionate about it.
Yeah.
I know what that's like. That was my first job.
Mm-hmm.
Walking around on the beach selling Coca-Cola out of
That's
a
awful.
Ice,
oh
out
my
of an
God.
ice chest. It wasn't. No.
I was like, that's why you have no fear.
Yeah.
That would destroy me every day of my life.
My first job, which I only did for a week, was I was at the Rawhide Stadium and I sold lemonade. Uh-huh. And I had to, but it was the same shit. I had to do that.
You had to,
It was cringe and I hated it.
Do you have to sell hot dogs?
No, just lemonade. But I had to yell about it and I didn't like doing that. Yeah, I was 17 and I was like, this sucks. I don't like this. But
when were you doing that?
When was I doing that?
Yeah. I don't remember you doing that.
We knew each other then.
We were dating.
Yeah.
When were you selling fucking lemonade at Rawhide?
I said I just did it for like a week. Huh. I made a couple bucks. I don't remember.
They only gave you a couple dollars?
I don't remember, man. Yeah, I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
That was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. Your birthday is coming up. It would already have passed.
Yeah, really though, it would have been.
Oh yeah, that's right. By the time this episode's up.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 27? So it will have been 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Was it on your birthday they made you yell about lemonade?
No, it was actually probably the next year because I remember I was out of high school by this point.
The summer of your being 17?
Yeah. Yes. Because I was 16 and then turned 17 and then graduated my senior year and then it was that summer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yep, I should have been like Coca-Cola Light.
Yeah. You should have saw into the future.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
You would have made so many
It's
sales.
the way he says that first Coca. He goes, he goes like that. He goes, Coca-Cola Light.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I bet you he sells more than people who just say Coke.
I bet
it's like he's yearning. Like he's just, his whole heart and soul
got to save up his dollars to get some Coke.
He just likes it.
Me too.
This is dumb. Let's get it. All right. So we don't
Coke is better, but sometimes you got to have a little bit of
You said this the other day.
because it tastes like dirt.
You said
it tastes a little bit like dirt.
I was actually dying laughing right before Spelljammer on Saturday.
Why?
Because Colton was in here. For those of you who don't know, Colton's living with us for right now.
Yeah.
And because he's been displaced from his home, and by not like his house exploded or anything, but he's looking for a new place.
I'm gonna start telling people that though.
He's been displaced.
Yeah,
His house exploded.
His house exploded.
Yeah.
infested with 10 million ants.
Yeah. The ants set up a bomb and blew up his house. They didn't tear apart the house. They were really smart. They forged C4. No, I actually really like it. I like that he's living with us right now. It's fun.
I mean, we never see him. He works all day.
Motherfucker works all week. I barely see him.
Yeah.
But he was in here. We were getting ready for Spelljammer, and you brought up Pepsi because you've just been raving about Pepsi lately.
I had a Pepsi,
and then I was like, we need to try Pilk, which is Pepsi and milk. Pepsi and milk. And Colton went, I don't know, what did he say? He
said, you don't know about Pilk?
And somebody was like, what's Pilk? And Colton went, you don't know about Pilk? Like, he said it like he was offended, and like as if he had been drinking Pilk, and was like, what? You've never had Pilk? And that was funny. And Pilk is really funny to me. I don't know why.
Some old people shit.
Yeah, Pilk. They basically do Pilk at like everywhere now, though.
Yeah, it's the Utah mom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now Sonic does it. They have like dirty Dr. Pepper, and it's just Pilk.
Yeah. It's all the Mormon moms that are like, oh, I can't have coffee, so I get a Dr. Pepper with everything in it.
They also do it at Dutch now. They do. You can get sweet cream in a soda, but that's Pilk.
Yeah,
it is Pilk.
And then also, I didn't realize I had been drinking Pilk for a long time.
Yeah.
When have you been drinking Pilk?
Have you ever had an Italian soda?
Yeah.
That's just also Pilk.
Yeah. It's not Pepsi. It's like...
No, it's other flavors.
Yeah.
It's not Pepsi. That is true. But it's good. Pilk is actually probably pretty good.
I don't know about Pepsi.
How about next episode we try Pilk?
I'll try Pilk.
No.
Pepsi just has a little bit of that
We
dirt
do. You
flavor,
have
though.
things we try on this podcast.
No.
You would rather have ranch soda.
I'll do Dr. Pepper.
The Pilk.
I think so.
I'll do Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper.
What about Pepsi
fun.
ice cream? It's the same thing.
I think my issue is the fact that it's milk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oat milk. Oat Pilk.
Ew.
Oh, Pilk.
Oat Pilk would be bad.
You're exempt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, actually, sorry, I forgot that's like poisonous to you.
Yeah. No, I'm good. My body acts up now. It's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. So today we don't really have too much of a theme. We're just gonna do some questions.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we should do. Everybody, who told us that last time? Master Kate 12, no. Pixel Fox, no. Brittany Anderson, no. Who was it? One of our members. Was it Happy Wolf? One of them said to put the questions up on Sunday, so we're gonna do that from now on.
Oh,
yeah.
I have a reminder set. So, anyways,
that's very cool.
Yeah. So I'm hoping we have a bunch. Maybe we'll have hundreds and hundreds of questions.
Oh my god, I hope not.
I don't think we have.
We'll never have
I don't
to
think we have
ask
hundreds
again.
and hundreds of questions. That's what's nice about the Arcane Lounge podcast. There are not hundreds of you. There's dozens.
Yeah, dozens are good, I think. Mm-hmm. I like dozens.
Let's see what we got.
I like that we could host a Fox Theater amount of people.
Yeah.
I agree. That'd be cool.
Just a Fox Theater amount of people.
Exactly.
It's hot in there.
Yeah. Fox Theater in winter
Yeah.
with
Okay.
some fans on still.
It's too cold.
There are 84 comments. On
Fuck
the
that.
post.
Even
You guys think
that's
we could
too
do
many.
84?
No.
No. I mean, through now till bonus, maybe.
Maybe
Well, that's what I'm saying. In the next, 45 minutes? How long will we talk about Pilk?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Honestly, I don't even know when I started the clock. So honestly, we could be at...
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
10 minutes sounds good.
there's some crazy questions on here.
Go ahead.
Yeah?
See, here's the thing. YouTube questions pop off a little bit more
Yeah.
than Twitter. Because on Twitter, people are afraid. They're like, oh, this is my account. People will think I'm cringe if I ask a cringe question.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, they're like, I don't care.
No
I'm
one
going to post
follows
the
me
stupidest shit.
Might as well be anonymous.
Yeah, might as well be anonymous. Mark T asked, no question, just want to comment to support for the algorithm.
Oh.
Thanks,
Wow.
Mark.
That's huge. We have a lot of people that do that. And honestly,
Mark.
that's fucking rad.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Good for you guys.
Marion asked, it's
course.
Halloween month time. What are some of your favorite horror films? Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
I had an obsession about Saw when I was in high school.
Yeah, Yeah,
which was
I think everyone
now
did.
more than a decade ago at this point.
Yeah.
But I when I was like 15, I had a weird like 2 months obsession about it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I really even like watching the movies. It was one of those things where I was like, ooh, the lore and the traps are interesting, and that's what I cared about.
Yeah.
Other than that, my favorite horror movie is probably Scream. The first Scream is really good.
Mm-hmm. It's iconic.
The first Halloween's also really good.
Yeah, also iconic.
Yeah.
Original Scream Queen.
Scream
Queen.
Scream.
Queen.
What's your favorite?
I really like Scream. I like. I kind of like the Chucky ones. They're funny. After a while, they're a little ridiculous, but
Yeah. Emma was just
the
watching
original Nightmare on Elm Street. It's really good.
That was a little gross, but I
Yeah.
understand. It's good. It's good, but I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That one's crazy.
Yeah.
What was it? There's something we always quote from Scream.
Get a little woozy here.
Yeah, we say that all the time. Get a little woozy over here.
What's that movie called? I'm gonna look it up. There's a line from it that is iconic to me. It's one kid says, "Eat shit and die," and the kid responds, "Eat shit and live." I think that's so
Eat shit
fucking
and live,
funny.
Kevin.
Yeah. What movie
said
is that?
that all the time
Yeah.
when we first met each other.
That's funny. Sleepaway Camp. Eat shit and live, Bill.
That movie actually scares the shit out of me.
It's
the ending specifically,
Sleepaway
which
Camp.
I've not watched that movie. I've only seen the Dead Meat video about
should
it.
watch
Shout
it.
out Dead Meat. Great channel.
Yeah.
But the ending, that shot where like the girl is standing there and her mouth is wide open,
Yeah.
that I hate that. I don't know what it is.
We should watch it.
It's weird because I really like body horror. That's cool. But the second it's going into Uncanny Valley, then I hate it for some reason. I don't know why. It's weird. What's your favorite horror movie?
I don't know.
If you have
a lot
one.
of them. I think I have a lot of fond memories, which is a weird thing to say about a horror movie, about the Silent Hill movie. The first one. I like that one a lot. Not particularly close to the original, to the games, but I think it's on its own. It's a very good standalone
We
thing.
should watch the Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, those
I
are
wanted to watch
crazy.
the new
We should
one.
do that. Yo, members. Okay, when we finish Zelda, what if we watched a few of them and then uploaded it to members? That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think cool.
YouTube
I
would let
always
us.
want to do something like that.
If YouTube would
We
let
put
us.
it on the.
We also put it on the Patreon.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
The movie Annihilation recently I watched was pretty fucking crazy.
Is that the one with Jennifer Lawrence?
No, that's the one with
What
fuck.
am I thinking?
What is her name? It's Natalie Portman.
You're right. I mixed them up. I
Yeah.
knew it was I know it is. I am thinking of that movie, but I switched them up.
That one's probably the first one to really scare me recently.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not someone that's easily shocked. I don't particularly know why. I just haven't been. And that one fucking gave me the willies.
You and Colton are like that. It takes a lot to elicit an emotional reaction.
I honestly think it's the anime we watch. Not necessarily like anything in particular. I just think that when we were young, and now the media that we consume is a little crazier than like the media anyone else is consuming right now. It's just different in a different way. And there's a whole there's a billion YouTubers that do a billion little, what do they call them?
Breakdowns.
Video essays. Or breakdowns about how Eastern horror is just mind-numbingly different than Western horror. So I wanted to some degree if it's like that, but yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
fucking Annihilation did me in. Crazy.
That's nuts. I think the last movie that actually scared, I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can keep watching this, was I think it was Halloween. We watched it on Halloween.
Yeah.
The original one. I almost said David Carpenter. He did the music. Who directed that?
I don't know.
Well, that movie still holds up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always when it's daytime. When it's nighttime and okay, something scary is about to happen. I'm like, okay, I can prepare myself.
Carpenter.
But okay, got it.
Yeah.
But there's parts where it just shows day shots where Jamie Lee Curtis is walking around or she's going to school and you can see him in the distance, but they don't make it a big deal. They're just there he is, and then just move on. You're I hate that shit.
I think the I don't know if you've seen Nope yet, but there's one scene in Nope that scared me half to death. But I think it's because I had so much, I won't say trauma, it's a little extreme, but I had a lot of like, I guess childhood trauma from Signs. Signs scared me a lot when I was a kid.
Signs is scary.
And I watched
Signs
it recently.
is why I'm afraid of aliens.
I fucking watched it recently. That movie's just nothing like I remember it being.
Yeah.
Really?
Like it's just stupid and crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember being a kid and Signs scaring the fuck out of me. And there's a scene in Nope where it like taps into that a little bit, and then it just if you've seen the scene, you understand. But not to spoil, because it's probably one of the best scenes. And then in Nope, that monkey scene's fucking holy crap.
I finally got the courage to watch the dead meat of it, so
Oh
I know.
my God.
I know all the big spoilers and stuff about the movie because I'm too much of a chicken to watch it.
Yeah.
And I have a big fear of aliens.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet, but I love Get Out. That's probably one of my favorite horror movies.
Is that? I don't think I've seen Get Out. I've seen Us though.
Oh, you haven't? Are you serious?
I will say though, I wasn't sure how I felt about any of those in general because I was a little skittish about them. And then I watched Nope, and then I watched Us, and I really really like what's the director? Jordan Peele. The way they direct it, it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because normally sometimes horror movies can be kind of a slog. And kind of like this is like it's kind of it is an experience, but I don't know if it's an experience that I want to subject myself to.
Yeah.
But Jordan Peele films feel like they're kind of fun, and I can find myself laughing at times. Yeah. I'm so glad this is how it is, because then I'm not like on the edge of my seat the entire time. I'm just enjoying it the entire time.
Yeah, and
so
that's
I don't
how
know
Get
if
Out is for me. I really like that movie. It's when it first came out, I watched it. I didn't see it in theaters, but I remember seeing it after and being like, "Oh my God, this movie's amazing." Yeah. And
from what I've heard, because I haven't watched Us or Nope like in its entirety. Yeah. But I've just heard that they've only gotten better as he's gone along making movies.
I like that movie because it is a really good horror movie, and there's like actually parts that are pretty scary. Yeah. But it never enough for me where I'm like, oh, I can't watch this anymore. But then it does what I feel like you really like, where it goes, okay, this is what you think is about to happen. Yeah. And instead it's fucking crazy instead. It's like, what? What? So that's what's awesome about that movie. And then it has a really good ending. The ending is really feel good. Yeah. Which I like. So I don't know.
That's kind of how I feel about Us too. Us is kind of like that. The Fall of the House of Usher, fucking crazy on Netflix.
Oh really?
Like it's a TV series. I think I crushed it in like 3 days, and I really shared it up because it scared me half to death at night. It's a really cool show.
Oh shit. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
I think I really like horror movies or just shows like that.
Average Pinworm Enjoyer put, how do I turn on notifications for community posts? I don't. Oh, that sucks if you can't.
I don't know. Damn. I mean, I assume if you hit the bell, you'll get notifications for videos going up, but that might be like a year account. It's like activity thing that you have to manage.
If you want notifications, go into the Discord and turn on notifications for Podcast Enjoyer. That's who we hit with the question. I'll always ping that whenever I throw out the questions.
Do the Discord.
So get on Discord and do that.
And if not, if you're on YouTube, I also think you might be able to right-click the bell, and there might be other sub options.
Yeah, that's true.
Too. I don't know, depending where you're at.
I have no idea. Mostly because I purge my notifications, unfortunately. Yeah. Adrian Schick asked, "Do you think that bread can be melted?" Melted.
I don't think so.
Because it would just burn, right?
I think it like a. I don't know if
you would have to like add water to make it melt.
Melted bread is just dough, right?
Well, no. I mean, you would have to make it and then melt it, put it back into a liquid. That's kind of like what. Oh, you are right. It is kind of like what dough is.
Like sourdough starter is kind of liquid.
Yeah, but I think the process at which dough becomes bread is exactly what happened if you added more heat to it.
But that's kind of what oatmeal is. It's kind of liquid bread.
Yeah, I don't know if the term is evaporate, but I feel like the bread evaporates after heat's given to it.
It also just burns.
That's what I'm saying. It burns,
but it can't be liquid.
It's just
so
so thin
like
as it is.
Really wet bread. Then maybe, but like even then, like you would have to mush. It wouldn't be bread anymore by that point.
Yeah, I don't think you can melt it.
Probably not. Why did that get 8 likes?
They want to know.
They want to question.
You guys really wanted to know that? Ethan McKeldy asked, "What are some scary moments in campaigns you've experienced, both in game and in real life?" This is the fucking Halloween episode, I guess. It's we're in Halloween month.
Yeah, it's gonna be on
tomorrow.
I genuinely don't think I've ever been in a scarier portion of a TTRPG than not last episode of Spelljammer, but the episode before that with that thing. I like I said before in the last episode, I wasn't playing that up. It was actually horrifying. I wasn't actually scared, but I was like, oh my god, this is scary to think about. Mm-hmm. And like every new thing you had the creature do, I was like, ugh, I hate that. Like, ugh. Like I wasn't gonna leave or anything, but like, ugh, gross. I don't think there could be anything in a TTRPG that would make me scared to the point that I would be like, I can't handle this, I have to go. Yeah. Like there could be something that could emotionally compromise me maybe, but like, man, that was probably the apex of fear I've ever felt in a game. I was like, wow, that was terrifying. I hated that. Doubly so, Emma pointed it out too, because you got to hurt with her as well when it was doing like the sounds of like everything being shot and everything, and then like when Cayman went and saw it and it just had its head pressed up against the door and it was making a bunch of sounds with magic mouth, I was like, gross. That's terrifying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, didn't like that. What about you, Spencer?
I think there were a few times in Fallout where you got us pretty good. I know there were those like, I don't even remember. You kind of described them as like translucent people in that vault that had Jason in it, and they were like stuck to the ceilings and stuff, I think.
Oh yeah.
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 And then also the thing.
They were the fish people.
Yeah. Yeah. Also the thing that was like hunting us later on.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah, I just had the idea that there would be like there would be people who had sort of merged into like almost being like fish, and the vault had like experimented on like getting people to adapt to water. And then they the only thing that really came to my head was like having like scaly like skin, but it would also cause the people like there are experiments where this is like happened with certain beings, almost like jellyfish as well, where their skin becomes see-through. So yeah. It also just reminds me of that guy at the beginning of X-Men, the first X-Men movie. Where he becomes a mutant, he becomes like a blob, and he goes through like the bars.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay. Gross. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. There was a little bit. If anything, I'm doubling down on it next campaign.
Good.
Working title Fallout Sub-Zero, which may just be what it's called. Mm-hmm. It's like there's more horror I want to do. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Good. Have you ever felt fear?
I think the thing is I've ran so much compared to what I've done on the channel, so like I'm kind of in the hot seat all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have too much of that. But yeah, I agree. The one instance I was going to say that come to mind was the Vault with Jason. There's a lot of really cool setting pieces. I mean, the thing you said about the other encounter in Colorado where we were being hunted by that thing outside.
Yeah.
Probably for the first hour of that game, I remember going, "This is really, really cool."
Yeah.
Like, this is a very cool. Because I think when you run horror, it can be really difficult to keep tone and hold it for as long as you can. And I feel like both those instances held it really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited about it. I want to run a Dread game for a Halloween one shot for us and on the channel and stuff. But we'll see how that goes.
Yep. It'll be very cool. That. I like horror RPGs in general. I really do.
Horror is so fun in RPGs because with other media, it is, especially like video games, it's really hard to like continue or to keep going because it can be so scary. But I think in RPGs, you are always face to face with the fact that like this is not real. Like I am not gonna. There could be people who could feel differently, but in my experience, most people who play like a horror RPG are normally like oh, this is fine, I'm good. Like no matter what, like we're just friends sitting around a table, basically telling a ghost story, right? And that part is scary, but it's so interesting. Like it elevates the game to a level that you don't get with other things, except for maybe like romance. Like when you do romance in RPGs, it's like, well, this hits different.
I agree.
So I don't know. Ethan, that was Ethan's question just now. What is this name? White. Oh my God! Hang on. Waitiratua Warbrick 1398 asked, how many pieces of candy corn could you eat in one sitting? In a gun to your head situation, but for candy corn. You guys, they really themed the whole episode. Be it candy corn, horror.
Like a bag of them?
What's
I guess the alternative is death.
Bag?
Probably a bag, I guess.
Yeah.
A 10-gallon bag.
10 gallons?
You didn't specify the size of bag.
No,
Like a bag that you get
the
at
standard
Target.
bag. They're small.
Standard like Ziploc bag? Or like a Walmart bag?
Why are you acting like?
I'm serious.
Why are you acting like you've never
The
bought
package
candy corn?
That the candy corn
What
comes
kind,
in
what kind of candy
is
corn
a bag.
What do you what
Oh,
kind?
like the default like store-bought bag that it comes in?
No, Jacob. I bought all the candy corn. I bought the charcoal briskets. I dumped all those bastards out. I filled that bitch up. What are you talking about? It's the default bag of candy corn.
The fact that your brain immediately goes to a garbage
Because
bag.
when we got candy corn when I was a kid, we went to Winco and got it in the bulk.
Oh,
That's how we never bought the store-bought candy. It was always
No.
in bulk.
that tracks.
I've actually only
makes sense.
recently
I've
as
only
an
gone
adult
to
been
Trader
like,
Joe's.
shut up!
I only got to weigh my candy corn.
I never had a Vienna sausage in my life.
Good. I think you're free actually. Good for you.
So gross.
Got it. So just like the regular, you think you can eat the whole thing?
I mean, if a gun's to your head,
Shoot
Oh,
me?
gun
yeah.
to your head?
That you read the question. It said gun to your head.
Sorry. Okay, gun to my wait. What if I lie? I'm just like, oh, I'm full. Gun to my head. How
you're
are
right.
they gonna know?
You're right. I would have 10.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I
Yeah.
couldn't have any more. I
I'll
couldn't
have-
possibly have any
I'll
more.
have a couple.
Isn't that a fun answer?
Yeah. God.
No, I would actually break the rules of your question.
Yeah.
Next.
I want you to shoot me.
Yeah, I bet. Do it. Kill me.
They said like in a gun to your head situation, but for candy corn. So
I will beg for my life.
let's say they know they have an X-ray and they know and they have some magical technology. They know when I'm actually can't eat anymore.
Okay.
I actually think I could eat an alarming amount. I think I could eat 5 of those bags.
Yeah.
God, so much, but you
It's
probably
so much, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna
probably.
die
Yeah.
if I don't. I think I could do it.
I think I could eat
I think my stomach's
a
enormous.
bag.
Yeah, I think a bag would probably be the extent of what I could do.
Yeah.
And I think I would probably enjoy the first fourth of it. I
I
think.
don't.
You would enjoy the. I don't really like candy corn.
I love it. I could probably eat 25 in a row.
that-
Or 15 of those pumpkin ones.
The pumpkin ones are worse. They're huge.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the flavor's good. It's just they're kind of like coat your mouth in a way that I don't enjoy.
We're so
They're
close.
like eating wax.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so close to having the best themed candy again, which is the Reese's but aren't in cups. And
They're pumpkins?
Yeah, I bitched
those
about
are
the
good.
eggs before.
Yeah.
Now I'll bitch about the pumpkin ones.
Those are
Those
really
very
good.
good.
What about the Christmas trees?
I don't know why I don't like those as much.
Yeah.
Do you like
I
the
don't know.
eggs?
Oh, no, I love the eggs. The eggs are the best part, and I think the pumpkins are also second.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I don't have 6 months between the two.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just had pumpkin ones. I couldn't possibly have a tree.
Do you remember this past Easter when she really wanted 1 million of them, so I bought 1 million of them?
Yeah.
2 nights ago, we found one behind our bed.
Where is it? Did you eat it?
It was still in foil, so I don't. You probably could have ate it.
Yeah, you probably. It's all,
It's aged.
It's all white.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Halloween candy circa
Horrible.
I'll go grab it out of the
2023.
trash for you.
Yeah, I'll be like,
You were like, "Where's my eye mask?" And I'm like, "It's back here somewhere." And then
With
you were
this
like,
peanut butter egg.
There's a Reese's egg back here. I was like, "Ooh."
that's a fucking luxury. You should bring it out. It's like one of those century eggs.
We're like, "Oh, the baglet,
The egg of the king.
the egg of the king, it's returned." It's like, "Ah!" But instead of crying blood, it's crying peanut butter.
If I opened the Reese's egg and it had eyes and a nose, I'd punch it.
Yeah. Do you like those little chocolate orange like circle things?
I
They're
used to
not
as a
eggs.
kid. I think I had one too many, and now I don't like them anymore.
What about
But I used to.
What about a Cadbury cream egg?
I don't think I've ever had a Cadbury King. Or
I
what
don't-
the fuck
I don't
that
think
is.
you need one.
No, I don't think so either.
They're very very sweet.
I got really sick on Halloween candy one year when I was like, I think 11 or 12, and like vomited up candy.
yeah.
And I think it's why I don't like a lot of candy now. It's good, but I'm like, I'm eating one, and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, there's a reason why your parents tell you like you can have a little bit of candy.
Oh no! See,
Actually,
my house
that-
was a little fucked, a little different.
I actually prefer that I threw it up. That was a better lesson to
Yeah.
learn.
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
One time I ate like way too many like lollipops and threw that up, and now
Ugh.
yeah,
That's
it was
valid.
it was gross.
Not so much for Halloween, but for Christmas because we were, we're all dirt farmers.
Yeah.
To some degree. My mother, you get one present.
Yeah.
But she'd go really hard on the stockings.
Yeah.
So we always had a shit ton of candy. But for some reason, the only chocolate thing we ever had was like Christmas themed M&Ms
that are in little candy cane thing.
Yeah. Or the giant like ornament that you have to crack open with a fucking chisel and a hammer.
Why are those like $4 now?
Are they really?
Those are so expensive. The little candy cane like shaped M&M holder thing.
All right.
And then it became tradition. I think last time, because she moved to Colorado, the last time we had Christmas together, I think she spent like 2 weeks getting them together because she's created like a tradition with them. Mm-hmm. So she wants to find specific things. I think she went around forever trying to find a nerd's rope. That was
Christmas theme?
Yeah, because she does nerd's rope, those like lifesaver rolls that look like they're in a book. Yeah. The M&M things and a bunch
she's just going to every store in town.
Yeah.
She's like, we'll hit up all the Walmarts.
Yeah, she's
all
like,
the dollar stores.
That's what she did. She's like, I went to the dollar store and I found them. Oh, yeah. I was like, good.
Dollar store's got some good shit.
Especially now, like before we were 3 kids and some cousins. Now it's like everyone has their own family and you gotta have 19 stockings. It's not so much about having money. It's about just being able to make it stretch. Yeah.
Baguette Cosmique asked, "Have any?"
I'm sorry, what?
Baguette Cosmique.
Cosmique.
Oh, okay.
Cosmique. It's cosmic, but with Q-U-E.
I thought it was baguette because I'm meek.
Because I'm meek.
Baguette because I'm meek.
Yeah.
Have any of the game heard of Shadow Dark RPG? Figuring as your channel is a D&D main, I recommend trying it out or reading through the rules to see what you like. Possible video idea. I did a little research just now. In Shadow Dark RPG, you and your group of crawlers use magic, steel, and wits to delve into mysterious ruins, lost cities, and monster-infested depths. What I'm sort of seeing here, they had a Kickstarter that raised over $1 million on this July this year. From February to March. They had an update of 2023, so it came out last year, and the theme it's old school gaming modernized. And so I think what they're doing is they're taking the old style of RPGs like first edition, second edition D&D, and making it into a new thing. The art is crazy cool. I love this like grungy black and white art style that they have going on. The cover is freaking beautiful. That is super interesting. I would love to try that out when I have the time to. So this may be something I want to check out. This is a very cool recommendation. I think this is really interesting. Oh my God, this book looks really cool too. Very OG Tomb of Horrors art I'm getting from this. Very cool.
Very cool.
Pretty sick. Adrian Schick also asked, did you ask a question? Y'all out here asking multiple questions. Y'all gotta punch your ticket for questions. All right, you gotta come in, get your ticket punched, and then you only get one. All right. But we'll let it slide this time, Adrian. Aside from tank, DPS, healer, and support, what other more unique character archetypes do you like to see, or would you like to see in an indie TTRPG, and why? I think this is just on my mind recently because of the video I just uploaded today. But I know Bard is supposed to be jack of all trades, but I also love the idea of having a class that's a leader class, or their whole thing is it's not support. You're not a healer, but you're also not. You're not a skill monkey either. You're sort of more of like you empower your allies to do what they do better. And then you also have abilities that allow you to help them in that same way. Which is kind of how I designed charisma for Fallout, because Fallout charisma just doesn't have a lot going for it in the video games. And there was a lot that I wrote in that was just my own stuff. And that's what I kind of followed was basing around like the commander perk being like, I'm going to make my allies better. You're basically just buffing them, which is also how there's a Pathfinder class that also does this. I think that's what Witch does. They do a lot of buffs and debuffs and things like that. I think that would be a cool niche for like a class, would be somebody who, or like an area that could be explored more is somebody who doesn't necessarily have a lot of things they do themselves, but they do a lot with teamwork.
Yeah. No, I think that was just about my answer as well. I think there's like a tactician that we see. Sometimes Ranger slips into. Sometimes other classes do. You can see it a lot in like Baldur's Gate, things with like Long Strider. Oh, yeah. Stuff like that. It's not necessarily like a healing thing, but it is giving like buffs and stuff. And it's always like tactical in some way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want Artificer to be. And it almost does it. It's very close, but I think 5e holds it back a lot. But I think it's the ability to create magic items. Be like, here, your strength's a 19 now. Like that's really cool. I love shit like that.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
You don't have like a you don't want a Stardew Valley farmer class?
Farmer would be cool.
That would be cool.
Farmer's background now, which is great.
I think the little chef would be cool too.
Chef.
It'd be cool to have like preemptive stuff, like buffs like that.
Yeah, I like the idea of having like not just like
well-fed.
chef background, but like or chef feat, but like chef class.
Yeah.
Which you could do that. You could just reflavor cleric or something, but I don't know, just be sick. Any thoughts on Blades in the Dark? Asks Skatrash1747. I recently picked up the book and I'm very excited to run it. One thing I'm worried about is my players not really gelling well with the system. So far, we've really just played 5e. Any general tips on introing a new system would be appreciated. Love the podcast. Thank you so much. I know I've never played Blades in the Dark, but I have heard a lot of people talk about it. Mm-hmm. I know Jack really likes it, and I had another friend who I talked to a bunch who also really likes it. But I think overall, when you're jumping into a new system, like which we've done before, I think what's important is that like everybody keeps a really open mind about it, and then you go in not expecting the game you were just playing. Expect something entirely new, and then be delightfully surprised if it is like the game you were just playing before. Otherwise, you just set yourself up for disappointment. That's happened in the past where we've been like, oh, let's just switch this game to this system, and it didn't work out because it didn't hold up what we were already doing in that previous system. I think it's important that when you switch to something new, you just mind wipe yourself. You've never heard of a game before, and then you go into it and you're like, oh, this is what you do in this game. That's cool. And then you kind of play it the way it's supposed to be played. And then you start getting crazy and wild with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I agree. That's really good, solid advice, I think.
Yeah.
We haven't done it a whole lot, though. There's only been a few times where I've been like, here's a new system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blades in the Dark is really good, though. They have a really cool mechanic where it's kind of like a heist thing you can do where you can like you have a certain amount of times that you can kind of like reference backwards. Whoa. And then it becomes like truth. I eat that shit up a lot.
Jack wanted to use that specific part of it for Eberron.
Yeah.
But thought that implementing both Pathfinder and that at the same time would be too difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm like, oh, this could be like a lot of setup, I always think about like, well, I could just do that Blades in the Dark mechanic all the time. It's incredibly versatile. It's super fun, and to be able to go, oh, we planned for this, and this is what I did to plan for, and then in real time sets up to where you're at, and it better prepares you, and it's like a huge narrative, like the cost isn't necessarily an ability; it's the fact that you narrate how you've overcome this journey because you foresaw it.
Yes.
It's a cool idea.
It's like in a heist when you're like, it's a good thing I prepared this thing that's in my pocket.
Well, I think even the book references like heist movies where it does a flashback. I think they're even called flashbacks.
Like you go into a hallway and it's really dark and there's a fuse on the wall that like is broken and nobody has an answer, and then one person be like, well, a good thing that before we left I packed my electrician's tools so that I can fix this. City of Mist has a similar mechanic, which the first time we played that and somebody did that, I was like, that's the coolest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, because it's very fitting with, I talk about this a lot with like, I think Liam O'Brien says it, where he's like, D&D is really crazy because you can say something in the present and it makes it true in the past.
Yeah.
Because of how storytelling like just ripples out.
Yes.
And that's a very cool instance from being able to establish something in the present, but in the past, and then becomes true in the present.
It's
very cool. It's very cool.
It's so cool. I agree.
And it's a fucking, someone had to sit there and think about that because it's a very cool ability in general.
I agree. Pride4076 asked, who would win in a fight, bare knuckles, cottagecore lesbian or grungecore lesbian? This is the battle going on in Spencer's brain every morning. Every day she wakes up and it's those two battle it out.
I think cottagecore wins.
Yeah.
You think so?
Because they're better fed.
Yeah.
They aren't run on cigarettes or Monster.
Yeah.
They have nutrition.
Yep.
They see the sun, and they're probably hardier.
Yeah, I agree.
But the grungecore lesbian is probably got weapons like spiked knuckles.
No, they said
they're also feral.
They said bare fists.
Yeah,
bare fist. You're right. It's cottagecore. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. One's like a hobbit, and one's a Skaven. From Warhammer, just like a little rat freak.
Yeah. The grungecore one is definitely lasting a while and doing significant damage because they're gonna bite.
Yeah. The cottagecore wins though.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think
they both do kiss at the end.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
And it's
the
hot.
cottagecore lesbian makes a nice stew, some homemade bread.
Yeah.
Tends to their wounds.
Of course.
They fall in love.
Oh, you know what? It's weird. There's only one bed.
It is weird. It's raining out. You can't leave.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cold.
It is. Yeah.
I made this quilt.
Yo.
And they're both pining.
Yeah.
I learned what that was.
Yeah, they've both been alone for a long time.
I learned what that was in the last episode of the bonus episode. If you guys want to join members, you can watch a whole extra hour of podcast. And last time we ranked we ranked fan fiction tropes. So go check it out. It was really funny. I still laugh at your reaction to sex pollen. That was funny.
Hot sex pollen.
Alex Kuntz 5921 asked, "How much do you improv in campaigns as a DM? I feel like my party is wild, and like 80% of my games are improv. Fun, but chaos." Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think from the two that I run right now, I improv, well, I guess 3. I improv like 10% of Dungeon Delve. The whole point of that is that I don't improv.
Of course.
I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever it's telling me to do. I think about 50% of Descend is improv, and then Strixhaven, it's like the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
Last game less, because I actually had a little bit of a map to lean on.
Of course.
But most of the time, Strixhaven is just like, I wrote a couple of sentences and went, this will be the game.
Yeah.
And whatever you guys decide to do is what we'll do. That's... I find that it really depends on the week. Some weeks I'm like, I don't have any ideas. I'm not going to have a lot of fun if I'm just making it up as I go. Yeah. So I'll lean on either the pre-written that I'm running, or like I'll find something and structure it a little bit. And some weeks I'm like, I don't fucking know what we're doing. We'll just play it and figure it out.
Sometimes your party wants to befriend Strahd, and you have to figure it out.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So as a DM, you cannot be prepared for it. You have to always be ready to improv and just be like, okay, this is what we're doing now. What was something that happened recently? It was, I feel like in last Descend. What was it?
Confess?
That was crazy.
Oh, that one's good.
That was insane. Oh my God. Actually, I want to talk about that for a second.
Oh, okay.
And by a second, I mean literally in a second. No, I'm not going to ramble. This is literally just a second. I just wanted to make sure I said this. I just
wanted to make sure that you remember your original point.
I will.
Okay.
That was insane. That was like when we get out of Act 2, I'm going to circle back to this and be like, now you can understand. I'm going to give you my perspective of what I am in time, and go back to that and be like, that was fucking crazy. Cause I did not prepare for that at all, but it's not like I didn't have anything written. I think a lot in the moment. In that moment, when you do that and I'm like, oh, and it succeeds, I was disappointed because I was like, wow, I have something for this. But I was thinking in the moment because I didn't really want it to happen yet. I was like, I don't know if I should reveal this yet. I think I should wait. Like, cause I know I want to do Haruman, but I know I wanted to like, it was going to be like this slow sort of that we learn more about him. Like that, what you guys learned about him when you did that was like, I was going to have that happen in like the second or third encounter of when you guys see him again. Cause he's not dying here. Yeah. Spoilers, but but the fact that you did, I was like, man, this would just be really cool though. Could this be part of his introduction? I don't know. Well, you did it. Fuck it, we'll just do it. And it was insane.
And then you nearly cut my head off.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So anyways, that fucking threw me for a loop. That was insane. Anyways,
did you remember your original point?
My original point was we were talking about improving, right?
And then you said there's something that happened last game.
In Descend, yeah. I don't know. I think just in general, like I have like this structure of things that I know. I have like events. I have things I know that are going to happen, but I don't know how you guys are going to achieve them. So I've had to move things around a lot, and I'm happy to do it because I originally wrote like an entire plot out. Like this is how Act 2 will go. And then you guys have progressed through it. And then I've got, okay, this is now here. And now I'm taking this and moving this around. And it's been fun to do that because it's not what I didn't railroad you guys into it. And it's cool. So like I didn't intend for you guys to find Zevlor that early. I thought it would be in a few games, but you guys were kind of gung ho about doing it. And I was like, all right, we'll just move this here. I'm down. I'm cool with that. And I really like the way that the story's turning out right now. So it's pretty cool. How much do you think you improv in a game?
Probably 90%.
Yeah.
I think there's I think I it's really, I think there's at the table and then away from the table. I think away from the table, I think it's important for anyone, and I think for myself to have really strong bones. I drink a lot of milk, a lot of lactose.
Yeah.
Have really strong bones of your story.
Yeah.
And I've said this before on the podcast where I think I live and die by my theme.
Yeah.
So if everything fits thematically, then there's nothing that doesn't matter because I can make anything fit as long as it's thematically the same.
Yeah.
But I say 90% of it.
And that's why I feel so lucky is because I feel like you guys just really get the theme.
Yeah.
Because I feel that way about like Descend and Strixhaven, and you guys know how to play into it really well. So when I am just like throwing something out there, you guys know how to take it and be like, I know what this game is, and like you do something with it, and then we just make something really cool. And that's pretty awesome.
I also think as a storyteller, I tend to run very character-centric interactions, and I think my main goal is to blow up. Like I don't know, is to have my players leave like a lasting mark on the world I'm creating.
Yeah.
So I think for me, a lot of the time when I'm doing something like that, my whole point is that my story's not at the front of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like the fluff that they move around and do stuff. So I think this is not to my point being, I think some people could have more of a thought out plan.
Yeah.
And they would like to enact that story. I think for me, I could give two shits about what I'm trying to say. It's more about giving them the pieces to play them because I really want to see what they do, and then that's like our story together.
Hell yeah. Oh, also I also realized I gave zero context. In the last episode of Descend, you guys found this dude who it's Haruman, and when you guys went to go fight him in like the streets, you casted command on him and told him to confess. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, that was crazy. Yeah. So sorry, I didn't give, in case you were like, what the fuck is going on?
Really though, really, Pyre. I think it's Pyre best.
Whoa. That's pretty crazy.
I like Descend.
I went on the analytics the other day just to see, because now I realized I can go on analytics and see revenue. Yeah. Because I was curious. I was like, what makes the most revenue? Icewind Dale continues to be in the top 5.
Wow.
Like,
it's good.
It's crazy how many people go back, like, continue to watch it. Anyways.
There's a lot of people playing it right now. People playing it. People are playing Tomb.
Pretty cool.
Playing some bangers.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Monotones asked, do you ever look at the XP to level 3 subreddit? I do look at it sometimes. I don't look at it very much. But sometimes, like once every few months, I will go in and scroll through it and go, and then kind of head out. Maybe I should look at it more. I don't know. Maybe we should do a video about it and get more people in it. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll go on to it right now and we'll see what the top post is. You want to do it?
Yeah, I'll go to Reddit.
I like that.
I'll go to reddit.com.
You'll go to reddit.com? That's cool.
The question was not directed towards us, but I don't know if I don't have a Reddit account. I don't willingly go onto that site if I don't have to.
Oh, really?
Unless you have a very specifive question.
And let's have a
Google
tech question.
Sent you to?
Yes, that's the only reasons I'm going to Reddit.
Yeah. You and Emma are the same.
I don't. I've heard too many things, and I started too late in my life.
Yeah.
Can we do top of this week?
I'm unfortunately have been in a horrible addictive relationship with Reddit for like 10 years. Yeah. So.
Look, sometimes I was just lucky to miss it, and I know that I was lucky.
I'm different because I don't ever post and I don't ever comment. I'm just eternally lurking.
That's the best way to be on any
most
on any
of Reddit
platform.
is really cringe. Most mainstream like popular. If a subreddit has more than 500,000 people, I don't care. But I like the niche stupid subreddits that are really small, where like 100 people are posting terrible memes, and I'm like, like those are funny.
The top of this week is someone made the Fallout 0 characters on Hero Forge.
Minus right.
Sarabella.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that's cool as shit.
Yes.
I did hear about that recently, actually.
Hello, you J Ryan 21. This is crazy.
They're very good.
Whoa, Paige looks awesome. Alabaster he's got his face burned off. This is late game.
This is very cool.
Yo, what? And Paige doesn't have her arm.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Huck looks crazy.
Yuck.
Look, Swiss.
You should go in, leave like a date for no reason, be like,
A date?
Yeah.
Be like this day.
Yeah. Come back in like a couple months, my guy.
Billy looks really good.
Oh, they did Billy even?
They did Billy.
Billy and Jack's character. What is Jack's character's name? Come on. It's oh my god.
Oh, I don't remember his name either.
It's I almost have it. this riveting podcast.
Can
I
only
know what
think
it is.
of Coulter, but that's Coulter Wall.
It's not that.
Oh, it could be something
It's
like
not sheriff. It's not marshal. It's something like that though.
I don't know.
It's not Callaway.
Can we?
It's-
Is there a?
It's
I'll go get my.
Oh my god! This
there you
sucks.
go. That's
I
even
can't
better.
remember his character's name. I know it was something like that. It was very cowboy name. It was very like he was also like NCR. He was kind of like a sheriff.
Oh damn! I was hoping that we had a pin
are
thing
screaming
with
at
the
us right
art.
now.
Yeah.
People are like, no. They're just saying it.
I'm so sorry. Look, we just don't have. We've played like a billion games.
I know.
It's so hard sometimes. God dang it! Look.
I'm hoping I can think of it.
Look, you're right. Usually when you're in this state, you can't because you're just going through the Rolodex in your mind.
Yeah.
You just gotta find it. I'm going through the Discord right now. Oh my god. Some of these are wild. They really do be running with Fallout Zero's thread in Discord.
Really?
Hey, if you're not on the Discord, you want to be a part of that for Fallout, go check it out. It's an incredibly active Discord for Fallout Zero.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
They have their own. It's pretty crazy.
It's nutty. I cannot find his character. I was hoping that we shared his art at some point.
Don't worry. I think I know. I definitely know a place where it is.
God dang. It's somewhere. Maybe not here. Oh, that was the entirety of that whole thing.
Cross.
Nice, dude.
It was Cross!
Yeah, nice.
Sorry, Jack. Sorry, you guys are bigger fans of our own game than us.
Hey,
Cross. They even made a Cross mini, and he looks amazing.
Hey, we took him to the future even though he wasn't there.
Yeah.
I did.
We
These look
we
so
included him.
good. Wow. This is very cool. Maybe we should do more with the subreddit. Can I look at the other posts on this? It says from the worst homebrew magic items on D&D Beyond, and it's Drake doing the but the point and the is on commoner and the point is on house cat. I don't
know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I think you should stop though. While
You're
ahead.
There was only one more post. And it was about Full Metal Alchemist. I didn't understand it.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Easy V830 asked, you must choose one game, movie, or show.
I'm sorry.
Castlevania.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Arkham Asylum.
But the TV
movie.
show.
From now on, you can only use music from that soundtrack for D&D. Son of a bitch.
That's not bad.
Mine sucks. Yours is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? And Pepper. Abracadabra.
Oh, Open Sesame for you as well. Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
fucking abracadabra to
The
you.
B. I don't even know the soundtrack for the B movie.
Alakazam.
I could use the B movie soundtrack for Strixhaven for sure, because it's definitely got that
In Descent?
that like. that'd be insane.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I don't know if I could listen to that fucking chase scene music every time we go into combat.
Yeah.
Be awful. Yeah, I'd in my life.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
I'd game it myself.
Yeah, you can log into my account that just has all the Castlevania and you can use that.
It's very good.
Yeah, you're running Strahd and it's perfect.
Yeah, it's very good.
Well, you have Arkham Asylum. That's actually
It's not
really
bad.
good.
Yeah, I can all kinds of noir and detective-y shit.
Yeah.
And then every time we get into combat, it's like because every one of those games just went to the Christopher Nolan soundtrack and went, we could basically do that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Worked out.
Beautiful.
L337, it's Lead Pirate. L337P1R4735 asked, if you could add one base class to the game, what would it be and what would make it different than the other classes? Artificer, but it's good.
I want like a summoner class.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I
A
want.
summoner class would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
I would also love to have like an elementalist class that isn't just for I almost said 4 seasons monk. 4 elements. Yeah. The elements
monk is the 4 seasons.
Like an elementalist. I would also love to have like a mind thief. Like a psychic person.
Pathfinder?
But they're
A little psionic.
a little psionic, or maybe like a like summoner is also good, or maybe like a pugilist.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a
shiv?
I'm just naming Gloomhaven classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gloomhaven has really cool class ideas that aren't classes. One of my favorites, which I played when we first played it, was Mind Thief. And I was like, this is really neat because you're basically Soul Knife Rogue, but there's a lot more cool like psychic stuff you get to do, which is really fun. Yeah. And there's like teleporting, and it's very neat. There's also a really cool summoner class in Gloomhaven. That's a lot of fun.
The summoner, you could do a billion different things because you could do like Witch Doctor from Diablo 3 or Necromancer.
Yes.
Take fucking Necromancer away from Wizard and put it into a summoner class. They can have it, but they don't deserve it.
Yeah. Necromancer Wizard, you bring the dead back to life. Summoner Necromancer, a billion skeletons fall on top of people.
That's why it's not in the new book. They're like, we can't fix this. It's bad.
Probably.
Probably.
Honestly, probably. There's probably a lot of stuff that like they're working away. Yeah. They're working. Jeremy Crawford's looking at like from Astoria above, on like a metal grate kind of like walk path, and he's like, "How's it coming?" And they're like, "I'm sorry, it's impossible. We tried a billion things."
Wipes the oil from his face.
Yeah,
we can't do it. The Necromancer, it can't be done.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
It's Frankenstein. They're trying to put like we can't. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's ass.
And Jeremy Crawford kind of has a clipboard, and he goes, "It's all right," and he keeps moving.
Yeah. A shame that.
You know, my conspiracy theory as to why we only have 3 to 4 subclasses in the new book is because they wanted art for all of them.
That's also probably valid.
And they didn't want to get 8 pieces of art.
Yeah, that's also probably valid too.
Anyways.
The book also could have been massive. Who knows?
Yeah. Or maybe they were just trying to simplify it. They were like, you can only have 4. Yeah. I don't know.
I also would rather have 3 good ones than 9 terrible ones. Where one's
You know what? Yeah. I guess you're right.
It also gives room for homebrew because that means you're like, okay, I understand what your vibe is. Now I can try and translate it to a Necromancer one.
True. Yeah.
But
it would be cool if they released like another Van Richten's and they put a bunch of subclasses in there and they maybe included Necromancer or something like that. Yeah. I'm not actually, that wouldn't be cool. I actually hate that they will do that, but now that we live in it and it's the future now and I'm going to put that in the past, that would be cool if you did that, Watsy. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Next.
Jack0601 asked, what is your favorite way of running a multi-phase boss fight? There's a lot of terms we throw around, but primarily a creature being mythic is really awesome. Having raid mechanics where you basically have global effects that are affecting the battlefield at the same time, or maybe secondary objectives during the boss fight is also really fun. I also really like the idea of when a creature becomes mythic, they summon a bunch of creatures. That's something that I'm going to be doing in Descend a lot more, that I've kind of tried out with Haruman a little bit, where there are a lot of cool demon and devil stat blocks that have summoner variants where they summon a bunch of creatures. I don't like the way it works because there's a percentage chance that it happens, but I also don't like them just having a turn where suddenly my turn becomes much more difficult. Now there's a million other creatures.
Yeah.
But I really like that they call in backup when they start to get low. Yeah. So that going forward, if I have a really powerful demon or devil, when they either become bloodied or they go mythic, they'll summon a bunch of their army to come help them, which just makes the fight a lot more dynamic and also a lot more difficult. So that's something that I want to do in that game for sure.
Stage change.
Yes, that's also cool.
Yes. Arena change. If you're going to do a whole new stage, you need to do the whole thing because it feels very different. I agree. Spencer, what's a boss fight that you played in? You were like, that was cool.
Most of them.
Most of them? Really? Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
We've done it. Honestly, that's all I'm after. All I'm after is my book of boss fights, and on the front, it's a quote that says, Spencer,
most of them are good.
And I'm like, okay. They're
all good.
That's all I wanted. Yeah. She's my fucking, not fucking Gustav. Who's the guy that comes and eats the fucking ratatouille?
Oh, I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
Eats the
Anton?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm like, come on. I'm just waiting for that review. Give me back my star.
Spaghetti, yeah. His last name's Spaghetti. I remember that vividly.
If his last name's Spaghetti, I'm going to, never mind. I caught myself. The fucking podcast got limited ads again
I
in the goddamn
know,
thing.
I know.
And that
What
bitch
is
was
going-
up all night.
Yeah.
All night. And it was fine last night.
So I think
And it was fine for an hour. And then I came back to it and I was like, what happened to you?
I think
What happened?
I think if you change
happened?
the title and I think the thumbnail and title
Oh,
can
and it like
trigger it.
re-ups?
Yeah, so I requested review, and I think it's going to be fine. Because when it's one of those ones where it's like, limited ads, and it's like, I'm about to put the video up, like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
How do you know?
Yeah, it must be that the thumbnail, they're like, oh, that's an ass in the thumbnail. And it's like, no, that's my face.
His name is Anton Ego.
Oh.
Yes. Also
it?
known as the Grim Eater.
That's,
That's what they call me.
yeah. the
When
grim
I get
eater.
sad, I start eating.
Yeah.
Grim eater.
It's looking grim.
Remy the
Okay, we got like one more.
One more.
Mirrorvox875 asked, I'm currently looking into Sword World as a possible replacement for D&D. I don't know what that is. Have you guys perused some of the different fantasy TTRPG offering popping up over the years? Daggerheart, Fabula, Ultima, Icon, etc.? No.
Fucking
We've been playing Pathfinder. I
fucking
haven't.
Bork looks
they know
crazy.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy Swedish horror,
Yeah.
kind of like really grungy game, and it looks fucking nuts. And I would love to run it, but
That's cool.
boy, it looks crazy.
That's awesome. I've done a little dive into Daggerheart, but I haven't looked too much into it. But yeah.
Yep. That's it. That's the end of the
That's the last one. The one where we say we don't know.
You picked the question, my guy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're in the
I
driver's
was just
seat.
going down the thing.
Well, fine. One more if you like.
Okay.
You can have one minute
Titan
to live.
Squirrel asked, if people pooped from their ears,
Oh.
would you have to lean over one side over a
But
toilet?
I shouldn't have
Yes.
given you
Would
this
it come
right.
out of both ears simultaneously?
I should have not given you this power back.
Forcing you to strap
Okay.
a bucket handle to the top of your head and lean forward.
All right, so you and I have have 2/3 here.
Wrap it up.
Super majority.
You would
If
wrap up your ears?
No, I'm leaving.
If you also give a thumbs down, the episode ends right now.
Ah!